Ladies, stop asking for princess treatment from your man. Here's what I mean. A lot of girls that I have seen tend to have this mentality that once they get married, all of their problems will go away and their man is just gonna make buku bucks and pay for everything, pay off their debt that they might have, pay off their credit cards. Their man is just gonna swoop right in there and pay everything for them. And then after he pays off all their debt and he pays off all their credit cards, then he's going to continue providing this frivolous, lavish lifestyle for them that they can just live on a farm and run out in the fields all of the time. Now, I may be over exaggerating by a little bit, but this is something that I have seen a lot of women get wrong when they view the man as a provider. Now, absolutely, your man should be providing for you. He should be protecting you, but your expectations of what providing mean may be skewed. So often, women like to view providing almost in the sense of maybe what's called over-providing or just a lavish lifestyle. Instead of viewing providing as a man coming in, giving you a life, paying the bills, feeding you, putting food on the table, giving you a house, right? Like just basic necessities. That's what provision is. A lot of women will view it more as this lavish lifestyle. They will purchase dresses upon dresses at hundreds of dollars per dress, or maybe you're just buying dresses for $50, but you're buying a lot of them. Or maybe you're just buying two, okay? Let's be real. $100 a month on dresses. Ladies, we need to do better. The economy that we are in does not allow us to live the same lavish lifestyle that people in the past have lived. Now, a man absolutely can provide for you and still give you the life of your dreams and your necessities and the things that you need, and even sometimes pay for those extra expenses and those fun things like dresses or a country club membership or something. But viewing that as the bare minimum is the issue that I have. If you are just wanting to marry a man because he's rich, your priorities are out of order. And in most cases, the issue might actually be with you and your habits that you have created to get yourself to this place. When I was freshly postpartum, I struggled with a bit of postpartum hair loss. I knew that this was completely normal and it's just hormonal. It's part of the way our bodies work, but I felt like if there was something that I could do to change that and help my hair regrow back, it would help me feel so much more confident in my body and in something that I could control. When the rest of my body and hormones were crazy and off the charts, getting my hair back was something that was important to me because it was something that I could control. I started using Monate, which is a naturally based hair care brand that is free from waxes and silicones, parabens, which are actually endocrine disruptors, so not too great. Alcohol, sulfates. It is just a vegan hair care brand that helps actually balance your scalp pH and heal your hair starting at the root. So I started using these products, and after just a month of use, I noticed incredible regrowth. And now after 6+ months of using consistently, I have not only regrown back my hair, but my hair now grows in length at an insane amount. Monate doesn't just help with hair growth, but it actually has a customized routine based on your hair type and your goals that you can fill out to get matched with products that are gonna work for you and your hair. So if you do want to learn more about how Monate can help you heal your hair, go ahead and fill out my free hair quiz at the link below, and I will get back to you with a customized routine that's going to help your specific issues that you want to solve with your hair. Here's the deal. The habits that you have while you are single and while you are dating a man are going to transfer into marriage. Instead of viewing finances as something that is only a man's domain, you need to start viewing them in a more holistic perspective. Even as a wife, even if your man is a primary breadwinner and makes most of the income, there are still going to be responsibilities that you as a wife have, even as a homemaker, that are going to impact your family finances. How you manage the funds is just as important as him making the funds. As a woman, you need to be incredibly good at managing finances. You need to be good at spending and knowing when not to spend. You need to be able to live within your means. People often associate budgeting with people of low means. Like, if you don't make a huge income, then you have to budget. But even if you make a large income, I've seen this, I've worked in the financial planning field, and I've seen people who make a large income, and because they do not establish a healthy budget, they actually end up overspending their money, getting into debt, having a huge negative net worth, and even though it looks like they're making a lot of money, they actually literally cannot retire because of the lifestyle that they've created for themselves. So, no matter your income size, you need to make sure that you're living within your means. It's not wrong to go out and have these fun things and go out, buy a boat, or purchase, a vacation. Those things are not inherently bad, but if you cannot afford basic necessities because you are doing these frivolous things and going on vacation and buying dresses every month and just excessive purchases, even I would argue excessively purchasing groceries, buying the most expensive groceries possible instead of trying to look for cheaper alternatives, right? You will come to a point where, especially if both of you are making an income and you do want to stay at home and be a stay-at-home mom, you will come to a point where you cannot do that because the financial lifestyle that you have set forth and that the habits that you have made are not going to allow for that. You're going to have your two cars, but it's going to be costly. You're going to not be able to be a stay-at-home mom if that's what you truly want to be, if you have to continue making these payments, making the large house payments, making the car payments, being in debt to all of these things. In order to just stay above water, you're going to be having to make payment after payment, living from paycheck to paycheck. Now, understandably, some people are incredibly frugal. They make less, and so it is still difficult for them to live within their means. But many people I know still are able to live off one income, even with an incredibly small income. I'm talking about the US here. If you live in a different country, I don't know how to approach that situation. It might be a little bit more nuanced. But within the US, many, many people, even off of fairly small incomes, can make it do. But the thing that they have in common is that either they set their habits beforehand, their financial habits beforehand. They saved, they didn't spend frivolously. They spent an incredibly small amount for the first several years so that way when they were older, later on, they could spend frivolously and have an extra beautiful lifestyle. Or they didn't have those habits beforehand, and so maybe they used to spend more frivolously, and now they have chosen to spend a lot more frugally. And so now they are maybe living in a trailer and living a more frugal lifestyle and not doing all the things and eating out all the time and going to all the things. And they downsize to one car, and they maybe downsize their house and move to a trailer or move to an apartment or move to a cheaper area for the time being so they can be home with their kids. But what they all have in common is that they were willing to adjust their habits, to have healthy financial habits. They weren't viewing someone else to try to come in and save their situation. If you are in debt and you're a woman, or even if you're just like spending all of the money that you're making, you need to address that within your own heart. You need to solve that issue first before you have someone come in. Because what's going to happen is once you have more income, or maybe he does provide for you, you're going to then squander and spend his money just as frivolously as you did with your own. Your habits have to be addressed first before you can make strong financial increase in success.